Hello, my name is Richard Grannon. Welcome to the Emotional Literacy Program for Overcoming CPTSD and Narcissistic Abuse. Now, we have a lot of ground to cover in this program, and I'm really looking forward to working through everything with you and getting you some good results quickly. So let's dive straight in to the very first lesson. I call this the mainframe reframe. The way we usually think and talk about our emotions in our culture is to think of them as pesky objects that obstruct our path as we try to go about our business. Imagine for a second that you are a car and you are driving to a destination, an end goal you have, and that along the way these things called emotions pop up that function as annoying obstructions that you have to drive around in order to get to your goal. Just think of the time and energy wasted and how frustrated that would make you feel. Consider also that these pesky things called emotions can not only delay us from reaching our goal, but can stop us from reaching our goals altogether. From this model of reality, the conclusion you would logically come to is emotions are annoying and a hindrance to my progress. Therefore, I will teach myself to shove them down and to one side so I can get on with the rest of my life.
Now I'd like to offer you two differing models of reality, in order of complexity, that allow you to reframe the situation so you can think about emotions in a new and more empowering way. In this first reframe, emotions are not obstructions in the road. What they are is the fuel that allows us to drive the car. They are an integral part of the engine function, as they are an integral part of our primal selves. They guide us on our path by keeping us in touch with our intuitive self. They help us navigate towards and to choose the correct goals by keeping us in touch with our core values. They do not steal our time and our energy. They invite us, instead, to enter the timeless present moment. And they give us the natural limitless energy of enthusiasm by living in accordance with, instead of against, who we really are. When we are suppressing our emotions, it's like driving with the brakes on. So when we are acknowledging, processing, and expressing our emotions, it's like driving with the brakes off. The conclusion we would logically reach is, my emotions are part of me and part of my effective functioning. I can no more suppress my emotions without expecting systemic malfunction than I can suppress the use of my hand or my eyes or my digestive system. I must acknowledge and honor my emotional states in order to be who I really am in a healthy and authentic way. This is a much better conclusion. But I would like to offer another, even more challenging reframe that goes further than this in understanding our emotions. Reframe number 2. You probably didn't even notice the metaphor because we're so used to it, but obviously you are not a car. There is no linear path that you are on between two goal states. And people do not actually hit goals in life. What they do is they move in directions. Sometimes in many different directions at once, in an unscripted, organic, and spontaneous way. Maybe the idea of us as linear machines with tightly defined functions and desires and purposes are just social constructs that create a certain reality tunnel. Perhaps this is not a reality tunnel that we would consciously consent to were we given a choice. We are not machines. Our purpose on the planet is not to acquire or consume more. I would suggest that perhaps our purpose is to return to our true nature, to make peace with our emotions, and in so doing, to evoke our inner passion and true life's purpose. If you accept this frame of reality, then the logical conclusion you would come to about your emotions would probably be, learning to process my emotions could be the greatest step I ever take in self-actualizing and reclaiming my personal sovereignty. Now let's get straight into the course. First of all, please go ahead and watch the primer video and then jump straight in to the video that describes step by step how to do the first 2 exercises. Now there is actually a third reframe, but I'll leave that until phase 2, so that you can do some of the exercises first. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the course.